The Army Painter is my favorite hobby company in the entire world. My desk is literally full of Army Painter products, and it takes me from being an average painter to putting above tabletop standard models out into the tournament scene. Not only that, but the Army Painter has sponsored more competitive play than any other hobby company in the industry. They allow us to keep doing the things that we do. If you enjoy the Army Painter as much as I do, head over to thearmypainter.com where you can use the discount code ARTOFWAR5 to get a discount on your next order.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting Art of War live stream. Today we are here to talk about the new great Imperial Knight detachment. We are, of course, doing the good old-fashioned Grotmas reviews, and we just got two new detachments today. Grotmas!
This has been so exciting. It's like every day you wake up and it's Christmas.
Yeah, I've been quite enjoying that. I think it's been really fun. Of course, we do get, two detachments today. So if you are a Chaos Knight player, not a Loyal Knight player, we already did that review and you can find it right here on the channel. But we are very excited. Every single time that we get one of the, these detachments, we're doing these YouTube reviews. We're also putting a bunch of content in the War Room. So if you like this stuff, make sure you like the video, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let us know what you think about these new detachments. That is all super helpful for us. Yes, we do have normal hair color Quinton today.
And if you want to see more, if you want to see all kinds of really fun things, if you want to see our takes on lists, a whole bunch of games we're going to be playing with these new Grotmas detachments, you can sign up for the War Room. It's our streaming service. We have all kinds of really cool games in there. We get 2 extra games a week. We have list breakdowns. We have puzzles. We have theory sessions. And right now, you can get half off your first month with promo code Grotmas2025 or 2024.
It's Grotmas
2024.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah.
All capitals. There's a link in the description.
All caps. Yep, that's right down there. 50% off that first month. We're also doing army lists for all of these factions as well.
Yes.
As well as the games. So really exciting stuff. So let's talk about the new Questor Forgepact, shall we? So this detachment is themed around taking some little Skitarii allies and putting them in the Knight's army.
So this is kind of similar to the way the Chaos Knight one plays, where you take cultists in that one. You're going to take things like Skitarii and Rangers in this one.
Yeah. No Brian Jones, sadly, but we're going to get him on for to play a game with us. Unfortunately, he's busy with the day job, so we have to fill in. So this kind of starts off where you can take these AdMech units in your army. You can take the Tech Priest Dominus, Tech Priest Manipulus, the Skitarii Marshal, Skitarii Rangers, and Skitarii Vanguard. Okay. You get 500 points of that. So
really good trash units.
Yeah.
Skitarii Rangers and Vanguard are both excellent. Like they're 5-up invul, and they have a 4-up armor save. They are OC2, and the Vanguard can make you less OC. Yeah. And one thing Knights can be missing is just like dudes to go stand somewhere and then die.
Absolutely. And the Rangers also sticky the objectives they hold.
That's really useful.
That is very useful for Imperial Knights.
The character is probably less valuable, although that Marshal is very cheap by himself.
He is, 2 Marshals cost less than 1 Vanguard unit. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
It's pretty cheap.
Yep.
Yeah. So, interesting stuff there. The Dominus and the Manipulus each have like some niche buffs that are like fine.
Yeah.
That's it.
None of these AdMech units do an inspiring amount of damage.
No.
Especially without like rerolls and fire and fade, and they're probably not getting any of the like Doctrinas here. So no plus and ballistic skill. So I don't think this is telling you to take AdMech for damage. This is taking AdMech for trash. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the actual detachment rule here. So there's a couple parts to this one. The first one is Sacristan Pledge, which is that all Imperial Knights in your command phase regain a lost wound. If they're within 3 inches of a Tech Priest model, they instead gain D3 lost wounds.
That's not like bad.
Yeah.
It's not inspiring though.
It's not inspiring. What you're losing for this, to be clear, is that 6-up Feeling Pain that occasionally becomes a 5-up Feeling Pain.
I think I would rather have the 6-up Feeling Pain.
Often.
Because very rarely, like if a Knight is hit so bad that healing 1 wound will matter, they're usually just going to die anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then the second half of that. You want to read that one?
Yep. So AdMech units, get this. Each time an AdMech unit makes a ranged attack, reroll hits of 1, and if they're within 6 inches of an Imperial Knight model, reroll wound roll of 1 as well. This is very cute.
It's very cute.
Cute was the word I was going to use. You get real ones to hit and wound on your like Arquebuses and Plasma Calivers and Mechanicus pistols and Transuranic Arquebuses. Did I say them all correctly?
It's close enough that I would know.
But once again, those units don't really hit that hard with floor rolls to hit and wound. So this is probably not that relevant.
No, it's just there for killing your opponent's cultists.
Yeah.
That's what it's there
They're
for.
better at that.
Look, the cultist versus Skitari battle is going to be bloody.
Yes.
Just
Very.
rerolling ones all over here. All right. Next up is the enhancements. So the first enhancement, it's a 30-pointer, so it's a little hefty. And that is Ominous Scion Champion. For an Imperial Knight model, it gains 4 wounds. Very simple, but still, like, good.
I would take this if I had like a 1970 point list, but I would not bend over backwards to take this.
Yeah. There's also some other enhancements that are more interesting, I think. Mm-hmm. All right.
Knight of the Opus Machina. Imperial Knights model only. Each time the bearer makes a ranged attack, if they're within 6 inches of one AdMech model, real hit roll of 1.
I like
That's
that.
pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. I would pay 20 points for that.
Cast Lenora Crusader, get a shooting knight, give it the upgrade.
Yep. I mean, knights have a very few good activations, so any rerolls they can get is nice.
Agreed.
Yep.
Next one is Magos Questoris, and this is for a tech priest only, so not the marshal, but the other Tradma characters. And it gets lone operative while within 3 inches of a friendly Imperial Knight. And in the command phase, you can select a friendly Imperial Knight model within 3 inches to heal 2 wounds, which notably would stack with the healing from the detachment roll.
So you'd heal D3 plus 2?
Correct. That is an amount.
That is an amount. That is the point where you're actually healing instead of just like 1 wound is like bookkeeping, not like
yeah. No, D3 plus 2 is noticeable. And like you could staple this with Knight of the Opus Machina, where you just like staple a lone op who's healing the good shooting knight, and the good shooting knight keeps the guy a lone op.
Yeah, I mean D3 plus 2 is like you just healing a full las cannon save every turn.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It makes it notably harder to. I don't hate this. Yeah. 35 points is steep. And you're also taking a character who's not doing anything.
They're like those characters like 60 to 65.
Oh, you can't put it on a marshal.
You cannot put it on a marshal.
I don't think I would pay 100 points.
It's pretty close to that, yeah.
For D3 plus 2 wounds on a knight that's already going to be healing 1 base. Mm-hmm. I think this is just too expensive a package to get.
That's fair. All right. One more enhancement.
Yep. Vasa for Magnificat, the 15-point aura.
Yeah.
So enemy units within 6 are -1 leadership, and then friendly AdMech units are +1 leadership. This is cute.
It is.
It's cute. Is there any ways to interact this outside of
like leadership? No, this is the last time leadership will come up in this.
None of these are
I don't know why that's there. Like this genuinely looks like it was supposed to be in the Chaos Knight detachment.
It'd be great in the Chaos Knight detachment.
That would be actually good in the Chaos Knight detachment.
Yeah.
Because the Chaos Knight detachment interacts with the leadership of your underlings and Battle Shock. And this does none of that. Like, I don't want... I think really Opus Machina is the good enhancement.
Yeah.
And then Magos Questoris is like a maybe, but like the cost might be prohibitive.
If I could put this... If I could just pay 35 points for this, right? Like if I could attach it to like an empty base or like a crew hound, I would take it, right?
100%.
But I don't think I want it because the tech priest himself is doing like actually nothing.
Yeah, but he is the same cost as like a Calidus, so.
The Calidus goes up and down though.
Yeah,
and his Vect.
Yeah. That wasn't a positive comparison.
Okay, cool. Oh, we have some super chats if we want to go ahead.
We do indeed. Let's get the super chats at the end.
Okay,
yes,
cool.
Let's power through these stratagems real quick. So here we go. Omniscia's Grace.
Okay.
1
CP. Any phase, just after a mortal wound is allocated to a unit from your army. 5 feeling the pain against that mortal wounds. That's good.
That's nice.
On knights, that is good.
I think it's just fun.
I think that is a fine, acceptable stratagem.
Look, sometimes you get hit by the dev wounds and you want to cry, and having some defense is better than not. So I'm down for that. Next is Vengeance of the Machine Cult. This is 1 command point. When an Imperial Knight from your army is destroyed, all of your AdMech gets lethal hits against the marked unit that just killed you.
That's not
I do not.
No, I don't care.
I don't care.
The AdMech units...
It's exact strats in Chaos Knights.
The AdMech units will do like negative damage to your opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like you want to remember you have it, because there are some profiles that are both capable of killing a knight and hard enough to kill that you want this. And it's like specifically like Chaos Demons. Because they have saves.
Yeah.
And I kind of want the lethal with all the volume then.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it's the end of the game and Bellacor's at 5 wounds and he kills your last Armiger and you need to kill him to get...
You lethals.
Then you lethals. But, like, outside of that very niche scenario...
That's kind of it.
Yeah. I mean, what this actually is 1 CP, you pick a unit, and it takes 2 extra saves from your Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does last the entire game. So, like, if there's something that you need to pepper down, like, we'll see when these demon detachments come out, if there's anything that is going to require that. But like genuinely, if Be'lakor is in front of 3 ranger units,
I might
even
spend
if he's
this.
at full, I would spend it.
That's fair.
Just get some saves on this.
Honestly,
turn.
Vanguard also be pretty good there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next is Bonded Imperative. This is an interesting one. In your command phase.
Okay.
Yeah. So in your command phase, just before an Imperial Knight character from your army uses a bondsman ability,
Okay.
you pick an AdMech unit instead of or in addition to an Armiger model.
Oh.
So that's cool. And it gets the bond. The one exception is that you cannot use a Knight Preceptor for this.
What does the Preceptor do?
It gives +2 OC.
I see.
And I understand why they didn't do that.
4 OC.
But so like this is very cool, but I'm trying to figure out who wants it.
Maybe the Advance in Charge?
The advance in charge off the Lancer is probably the best you can do. You can do advance and shoot off of like an Errant. You can do +1 ballistic skill off a Crusader.
I don't want to buff their damage.
No, I don't want that at all. Advance and charge is cool for like getting some OC places.
Yeah, I mean that's
the
like
Lancer.
that's like Richard Vietnam gif right there. Like the Advance in Charge AdMech to steal all your objectives.
Yeah, and that might be the best one.
Yeah, and you're locked into taking a Lancer.
Yeah, which is like strictly not the worst thing you could take, but also not the best. Now, I will say, I think that the absolute best use of this is in the Vaunted Mirror, because the Atropos gives reroll hits against Titanic.
Okay.
And so after the Titanic has killed one of your Armigers and it's lethal,
okay.
you give yourself reroll hits and lethal against a Knight.
That's very adorable.
It is, isn't
That's
it?
adorable.
This is very cool. I think that the Lancer is the best one, though. I agree.
Yeah.
Sadly. All right. Next stratagem.
Machine Focus. You pick in your command phase, you pick 1 Knight unit from your army, and you ignore weapon skill and ballistic skill modifiers.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And hit?
And hit roll. And
Okay,
wound
I was
rolls,
like, please also.
Yeah, and hit.
Hit and
rolls.
wound is nice.
Hit and wound is nice, yeah.
Yeah, the wound is the best part because
It's so notably, it's not Armor of Contempt.
No,
it's not damage, which would be really nice. But like, I mean, there might be a lot of like Death Guard floating around, right? If you need to shoot them.
Yeah, this is solid. Right?
Yeah, it's not. This is a good,
when you need it, you're going to be very glad you have
None
it.
of these strats are like outstanding. None of these strats are like, why do I have this?
Yep.
Yeah.
The next stratagem is Aggression Begets Aggression.
That's a cool name.
That is a great name. Yeah. And this is 1 CP. You either target 1 Knight or 1 Knight character and an AdMech unit within 6. And all of their weapons gain Assault. Which is adorable.
That's adorable.
I mean, 1 CP advance and shoot is genuinely nice for a Knight.
But that's just a good strat, right?
Yep. Just a good strat.
I mean, like, because the fear now, it's also not even just like the effect that you have it, it's the effect that your opponent has to be worried about. Because like Knights are a very pre-measurable army because they move fairly slowly.
Yeah.
There's only like they can move through walls now.
them.
There's only so many places they can end up physically.
Yep.
So now I'll be like, okay, cool. Canis moves 10 or whatever. I'm gonna just put this dice here. And now I'm gonna put all my tanks so you can't shoot me. But now that you could be like, he could have assault. Well, the angle I have to cut is a full 6 inches back if I want to be safe.
I will say, I really wish this was fallback and shoot as well.
Yeah.
That would help.
Oh, they still can't do that.
Nothing in Imperial Knights can fall back and shoot, period. It's not a mechanic they interact with.
That's embarrassing.
It isn't it?
I feel like
I miss that.
I feel like they like had like a button that's like push to fall back and shoot, and they just like were getting it like changed out, and they just like forgot to put it back in the Knight.
I know, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, well, especially when you consider the Chaos Knights have a 1 CP advance or fallback, shoot, and charge. And Knights got advance and shoot. It's like, that's like 1/4 of the package.
Yeah.
And like, it's good to have. And that's the best one probably for Loyal Knights.
Yes.
If you got to choose one, but I don't know, you would want fallback in there too.
Yep.
All right, one more stratagem.
Thronegeist Fury. Another good name. Okay, your opponent's movement phase, just after an enemy model ends a normal move, advances or falls back, you pick 1 Titanic unit within 24 and visible, and then you select 1 ranged weapon, and so it's Overwatch for a big Knight, but only with 1 weapon?
Correct.
That seems like a lot of hoops to jump through.
That's a lot of hoops. I
mean, I guess. Notably, it only happens in the movement phase, so you can't like wait and then charge, which is Overwatch does that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess if you really need to kill something, you can shoot Canis Rex's Las Impulsor at them.
Yeah, I think Canis Rex's Las Impulsor is the best thing here, besides a
The
Valiant.
The Valiant.
Yeah. So Valiant is cool.
Yeah.
It's just the flamer. You don't get the funny harpoon, but You get the
I
flamer.
mean, you could shoot the harpoon.
You could shoot the harpoon.
You could shoot the harpoon.
I've seen it. I think Canis is the best because he has sustained.
Yeah.
And so it's just really not a bad chance that he actually connects something.
I don't see this as like you do it every turn, but like if you like really need to like get that lucky Overwatch through, I don't know, it's fine.
It's fine.
All of these stats are like screaming 5 out of 10.
Yeah, this detachment has a great personality. It's because I think all you're doing is you're just taking the cheap AdMech stuff and just having it be like a play difference. I think you could try to build like one good shooting knight in. I think that's very reasonable.
I think that I don't know if this is better. I think like if we look at the stratagems, the enhancements, and the army rule, I think the index one is better in all respects.
Yes.
But I think the data sheets get a market upgrade because knights are like scream crying for like anything that's not a big knight, right?
Getting sticky and semi-cheap units.
The semi-cheap units, also Vanguard, are really good because you can just like
OC scam people.
Yeah.
And advancing and charging with those, or just advancing.
Like those are all good abilities.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. I think a really skilled knight player might make this one better, but it's also possible that if you're taking,
you have those infantry tools.
there might be, but there might just also be that the index is still better.
Yeah, and so you don't have the ability to rotate here.
Yes.
Which is when you take the bigger stuff like Canis, you kind of want him to have that 4-pin.
Yeah, Canis without a 4-pin roll is actually a.
Yeah, he's like an ally now.
Yes.
But he still gets his hit and wound reroll. But I do think that this is this is interesting, and getting the cheap stuff. I will say, by the way, that the Skitarii Marshal being 35 points means, in my opinion, you're taking like 3 of them.
I agree.
He is cheap.
For a minute, I thought you could take the Marshal with Majos Questoris, and I was like, oh, it's interesting because he's like 60 points.
I would staple that behind like Extaldar Crusader.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But 95 points is a little rough.
Yeah.
I think the break points are going to work.
Because then that package goes up to like 600 or 700, and then
it really does. Yeah. I think that if you're taking this, you're doing it for the AdMech allies.
Yes.
Like that's the main appeal, and getting some scouting sticky battle line units. I personally like Rangers because they're cheaper than Vanguard. Yeah. They scout and they're sticky.
Now, Knights do currently have access to Imperial agents.
Correct.
So is the difference between, like, I think that Rangers and Vanguard are better than like Breachers and Subductors. But the question is the gap there bigger than the gap between this detachment and the index? And I think the answer is no.
My gut is no.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. A Skitarii Ranger squad is 15 points cheaper than Subductors.
Oh.
It's 15 points.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I would just pay the 15-point upgrade and just take some doctors instead.
For +1 to both saves.
I take back what I said. I think the agent status sheets might actually just be better.
Yeah.
Because if you want a cheap, like, idiot character, you can just take like a basic Inquisitor with no friends.
Yeah, they're more than a Marshal, but
yeah,
this is providing a cheaper alternative.
Now you do get more units here, right? Because you only limited to what, 2 agents?
Correct. So that's the upside.
You could take like 5 or 6.
Yeah, the battle line, you just shove them in there, take as many as you want.
Up to 500 points.
Up to 500 points. Okay, so like 4 units.
So like 4 units, yeah.
And then you could take 4 units and like a Marshal or 2. One Marshal.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what you would do is you do 3 and 3.
Yeah, I think that's right.
3 Skitarii and 3. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That is, it's 360 points to get you 6 units.
That's not terrible. That does help Knights a lot.
It does. It helps their points problem. Yeah, interesting.
Maybe. I think it's worth playing with.
Yeah, it's definitely worth putting on the table. So
yeah, I mean, Knights that don't have to screen with literal like Titanic units.
Always embarrassing.
Yeah,
especially with like 3-inch deep strike and stuff like that. All right, so we did have a couple super chats before we wrap this up. Let's see. So first up is I'm Marabiba. Thank you so much. The data slate needs to give Bondsman back to the big knights. I fully agree.
Yeah, 100%. 1,000%.
That has to happen. I don't know why they waited so long. But one day, maybe. Red Drum with another super chat. Thank you so much. Food Fund for the best editing skills the Art of War has. The best editing skills are right here with me. And Quentin will eat 1/4 of a pub sub.
Yeah. Thank you, Red Drum.
No, he gets the full pub sub. We appreciate him. Really appreciate you as well. Finally, Ryan G. Is Quentin with colored hair a Worm exclusive? I think it's actually like an evolution.
Yeah.
Like a Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna like show up with like neon pink hair again, and people are gonna be like, "What happened?" He's back.
It means Quentin's got his mojo back.
Yeah.
All right, so that is going to wrap us up for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like the video, share with your friends, leave a comment, let us know what you think about this detachment. As well, we're going to go live tomorrow with the next army.
Indeed.
Whatever that is. I actually don't know.
They probably said it.
They definitely
said it.
We can find this out.
We can find out.
Oh, Big
It's
Nights is
Grey
tomorrow.
Nights.
Tomorrow's Grey Night. So tomorrow we'll be
Ooh.
covering Grey Nights. And of course, every day when they give us a new, when they give us a new detachment, we're going to talk about
Be
it.
really exciting.
And we'll also be doing that in the War Room. So make sure you check out that link in the description below and the code Grotmas 2024 to get 50% off your first month in the War Room. A little Grotmas special.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. We will see you all next time.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
day. See you around.